Saying hi, just a quick introduction for those who don't know me. I think most of us do. I'm Unzala. I'm a psychologist. I live in The Hague, and I'm glad to see some people who are not my children.
Oh, I know.
So that for me is sort of, I think that for me is the hardest, but I'm so glad I have the kids. To me, like, social connection is super important. So when we're talking social isolation or distancing, I keep thinking, can we say physical distancing and not social distancing? Because I find that just mentally really hard. For the rest, it's been okay. I think I made it, well, not everybody knows this. Personally, it was a very, very difficult time. So this is not the best time to isolate. I was separated for a few months and I signed the divorce papers last week.
As well.
Difficult.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's okay.
Sending you a virtual hug right now.
Yes.
Yeah, that's all we
We're
can
holding
do.
you. Yeah.
We're holding you at this time, and it's really good that we are meeting. And
I'm sending you a bottle of wine.
Anna, please, I want the wine right now.
Oh, very
You're strong. You're a very strong woman.
So
we're here for you.
But in a way, weirdly enough, the being at home has come at a good time, because it's giving the kids and I a chance to just be with each other without the stress of going to school and going to sports and all of that. So for me, like, I know we talked about some, like Anna said, oh my God, schoolwork, like I'll come to it if I come to it. But to me, that is helping me make the difference between a weekday and a weekend. So the first thing we did, like the first Monday, we were like, okay, what do we do now? And then we went to school, picked up the books and stuff. So I did make a little routine and I've stuck it downstairs on the wall. And that helps. Like in the morning, they've got some free time, breakfast, whatever. We've been cooking a lot, baking a lot. So that's fun. Like I've gone back inside me. And that's what I do. I like to cook and bake and care. So we've been doing a lot of that. We've been doing schoolworks in the morning. I have, like, personally, I've done almost no work, and that is a sort of a separate box in my head at the moment, which is very worrying, because if you work for yourself and the whole world has gone into lockdown, that is very scary. But for now, I think the way that I'm sort of keeping happy and sane is hanging out with the kids, doing what we can at home. We did a lot of spring cleaning yesterday. We took down some curtains, washed those, played in the garden. So those are the nice things which are keeping us sort of as a family sane. I tried movie night one night. I put on a documentary on Netflix. I think I'm the only one that watched it. Different children disappeared off at different times. And I kept saying, we're going to watch this. It's family time. And then it was just me watching the documentary. So it's been a bit crazy, but I think everybody's slowly getting used to it. Work-wise, I'm thinking, okay, how can I do differently? Like I had a couple of workshops organized, because that's where my main money was last year. Well, they've obviously stopped. So now I keep thinking, oh God, if this goes on for a few weeks, what then? Or months? So I'm in the process of, well, I had started this process already before all this happened, is to get my papers, like my psychology qualification, because I studied in the UK. It has to go through something here called the Internationale Diploma Waardering, where they make sure it's usable here.
So like verification? Okay.
Yeah, verification. Thanks for the word. It had gone out of my head. So that's what I'm doing with, so I, like, for now, when I was working with people, I was working more as a coach, but then I can work as a psychologist as well. So one bit of paper has already come in. The other I'm still waiting from the UK, but I'm thinking if they're all stopping as well, I don't know what's going to happen there. So I was thinking, okay, like a slightly short to long term, the midterm, the plan is to work one-on-one with people. Yeah. And that I should be able to do via Zoom. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
So I'm sort of forward thinking as well. At the moment, I kind of was frozen because I wasn't doing anything for the past 2 months, but I'd given myself 3 months off in a way to recover from everything that was going on and just to give myself time. And in my head, April was when I was going to start working again. So this is a bad time for this to come, because I keep thinking, oh, like my planning only brought me to the end of March to not do anything.
And then what next? Yeah.
So that's not ideal, but okay, everybody's in the same boat. And I was making notes when you guys were talking. I have a couple of things. Tamkar, you said my thing is digital education. Well, this is the perfect time for you then to build on that.
Yeah, yeah. But you know, the thing is, for me, I'm new as well because I used to work in corporate last year.
Yeah, yeah.
I just really started this business this year with my first course, which I launched in January. So I'm fairly new and I was looking to really build my tribe, build my client base. But right now, it seems to me like everyone is in shock and people are trying to be more frugal. People are not, I don't know. So it's just, and I don't want to, when everyone is getting used to the whole situation, to keep pounding on them with marketing and
No, but it's the time to build your materials. I think it's the perfect time to do that. And then you can slowly start launching it. So that was one thing I wrote. And you said I'm an empath. And anxiety, and that's like so just my sort of 2 bits to that was don't read all the news. Like I've noticed that is super stressful. No, honestly give yourself like a time when you will look at it, maybe in the morning and the evening, and that's it. That's how mentally people can stay sane, because this is going to cause a lot of anxiety to a lot of people. I've been chatting to lots of people in private messages on LinkedIn who are properly suffering from anxiety because they're so worried about everything. So I think mentally, one of the ways that you can keep yourself protected is to limit your amount or the consumption of media, because it's everywhere, right? You'll get WhatsApps, you'll get text messages, social media. Exactly. Have like a couple of sites that this is where government information, which is absolutely correct, is coming out, and just block out all the rest. Put the WhatsApp groups on mute or something. That's my only observation and support. Like something that I can say is do that. Otherwise, it's too much.
Yeah, great tips. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Let's hear from Joanna.
Okay, I'm unmuting because my boys just came back from the walk, so they were a little bit loud. Hi everyone. Not everyone knows me. I'm Joanna. I'm from Poland, but based in Den Haag, the Netherlands. I've been working at home since 2015, so I don't really get the whole, like, oh my God, what to do with kids at home. I have only one, he's only 4, so I'm able to, homeschool him without the worries about a lot of homework. But precisely like Unzela said, and my big kiss for you, my dear, the last 3 weeks, I was completely on hold. I lost a big client, which I supposed to sign in March because of his business due to Corona. He just stopped. And I was not looking for new clients because his amount of hours was supposed to, that was my plan for this year, precisely.
Major client,
Yes. So now I'm like, oopsie daisy. but again, my head is completely out of reality. I've been doing some jobs which I had around, but for myself, I haven't created anything.
Okay.
And I've been even very.
What industry? Sorry to interrupt. What industry do you work in?
I'm a virtual assistant, so I'm working remotely, and my main clients are coaches, because I used to be a coach, and that's also one thing what I'm thinking right now, to start maybe Zoom coaching, coming back to coaching. Let's see, but I'm not there yet. We will see how it's going.
Sorry to interrupt you. As you spoke, something just came to my head. You've done coaching and you're really established in virtual assisting. There are lots of people that will want to go into the VA business now that there's a lot of people working from home. You could actually look to train people to start their own virtual assistance business. A lot of people would be looking for that kind of training.
Yes and no, because now also people are losing their job. So it's, for me, it's a little bit like how I should take the money from them for it, when they are like losing. I know it's my stupid thinking in this case, but
I think it's the empathy.
Well, I'm coming back to normal senses. Like Unzela said, I switch off all the news. I don't want to read it. I don't want to hear it, because I already got last week panic attacks in the night, so I was not sleeping. So now I'm taking care of myself. That's I think the priority first, to put that we are all safe and healthy, and then I can focus on other stuff, because it seems that we will be in this madness for a little bit longer, so we need to adjust, and we need to keep our brain, soul, and the body in a good condition. So yeah,
I agree.
but yes, there are a lot of opportunities for you and for me being online. So yeah, once I'm in one, then I will dive again. So you will hear from me, and that's why I also sign in for a birth class, which starts next Tuesday, I think, on the 2nd. Yeah, because I've been working online since 2015, but of course the technology is growing, and you with certain
things change every
certain
day.
clients. Precisely, so you keep updating. So that's why time for learning. Now it's a lot of webinars, a lot of things are happening. So I think it's just time for learning, and so networking. This is the best part now, the networking online. That's what I've been advocating as a virtual assistant for everyone all the time. So that's,
Good.
Keep saying.
Time to take it.
Thank you. Thanks everyone for sharing, and it's really very deep, and you can see that we are all in this group together. All of us have a story to tell, almost everybody, so when I see people kind of put up adverts on social media and tell people, I'll show you how to make money during this time, it's like just like what Joanna said, it's like trying to make money out of people's vulnerability. But the thing is, I think also we need to start being grateful about this time. I don't know why. This morning I just felt a lot of gratitude. There's a difference between awareness and self-awareness. Sometimes we focus on self-awareness, but it's also maybe a time for us to start becoming aware of our environment, about what is going on around us, and keep our eyes on, some people, keep our eyes on situations that, especially people that have stories of triumph, people that overcame adversity. It's maybe we can even try to learn a little bit of how they came out of whatever they were going through. But the problem is, none of us can control this situation right now. We don't know how long it's going to last. So the question is, what do we focus our energy on at this moment so that we can be mentally balanced and go through this situation without losing it before the end of it?
Yeah, so important. Like when you said before losing it, before the end of it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
Just the way that you say it, it's like, yeah.
Or go together into madness and then come out of it with the shiny.
Yeah, because these are the truth we need to tell ourselves, We know that it's going to be over. We don't know when. And for how long are we going to kind of keep calm without having some mental issues? And then at that time is already over. And then we have to now start dealing with some of our mental issues.
But that's why I think this kind of meetings like we are having now, it's crucial, because that's keep us talking and thinking about a little bit different things what are happening outside. Because for me it's I don't know if you feel it the same, but for me it's so surreal. I'm waking up, I'm used to sitting and working from home, so it's my safe zone.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, everything is okay. And then it's like, ding ding, the world is different now. And it's like, we are like in the Matrix. What is true, what is not, how it's just surreal. So how to survive that? I think keeping sane with people like-minded that we can talk and discuss and share it.
Yeah, I agree. Who has another idea of how we can survive this period?
well, I think I'm not a psychologist, but I think we first need to acknowledge for ourselves what is our our very own way of dealing with anxiety. So some people feel the need to stay calm and quiet and do less. And some people get this urge of energy and they just want to do a lot.
Yeah.
And which, yeah, I do fall in the second. And
So how are you dealing with this?
I am my business, lost pretty much. First of all, lost every single one of the investments I had made in the coming months from participation in trade fairs with hotels
You
and
told
flights.
me. Yeah, I know.
So there was a very, very big, a lot of numbers on that investment. And it's and of course, you do this, you go to these trade fairs, you expect sales to come from out of it. So now I lost the investment and the sales, and I lost also some sales that were already signed off because people, this was a tornado that. So I thought, okay, I do think this is going to be over, but I am utterly unconvinced that we are going to find the world we know on the other hand. I think.
But imagine, Anna, sorry to interrupt you, that your wine will now stay longer, it will get better, and once this all madness is finished, everyone will need to proper drink. We'll all come to you.
Sure, but that's not the point.
I know.
I'm worried about, I've built a business and it has taken me a long time. And of course, I am very worried that this will go belly up and then I will have to come with another idea and also start it from scratch. But then I thought, okay, well, I can go around and chase my tail around that, but I cannot plan for a future. I don't know how it looks like.
Yeah.
So
That's the thing.
I will stop planning altogether. One thing I do know from history, and I actually have sent this to Ebere this morning, is that first and foremost, crises, they breed opportunities.
Yeah.
And second, women, unfortunately, tend to be the most damaged by this sort of crisis. So what if this time we take all this energy that we have lying around that we don't know where to put it, and instead of going to read yet another BBC news that tells you the virus is going to eat us all alive and Putin did this and Trump did that, and we start thinking, how can we create a community that can create a force of good that actually will be there? And of course there's no direct and there's no money exchange for now, because this is we are all scrapping for our last crumble.
Go ahead. I muted her. Yeah.
And so what I would like to start now are very meaningful, around the glass of wine, you are right, but instead going around in our heads and trying to, brainstorm about a brand new world that we now have the opportunity to create. And how do we want to see ourselves? What role do you want to see ourselves having in that brand new world? I can only think about cooperation and cooperativism, helping in such difficult plans. That was actually the idea behind the Marshall Plan that Charlene told about. Well, I think we need a Marshall Plan so that such a crisis doesn't kick us all back to the 50s.
So how do you see it?
I see it about a lot of communication. I see about a lot of, if we wouldn't have physical distancing, I do have my grandmothers that are alive. Both of them went through the war. So men were out of the house and they were left to deal with everything, including, it's not very different, eh? Kids, everything, the whole shebang. Back at the time, women of different generations put an input, taking care of the kids, doing this, doing that, doing that. So now we're not together physically, but we can be together with women way outside our very own small local community. So we also have access to other kind of resources. And this is just, I am just starting to plant this is the first seed, and I will need all the women in the world to water it. But if we put whatever resources we have, and maybe we don't even know we have them, but that we create a space to have these conversations, I think we can take this opportunity to not let the agendas we've been all fighting for die, but also just to actually create a new reality. And I really don't want to let this opportunity go. I don't want to leave it to the chance, especially because, the chances are not in our hands to be decided. They are not being decided by us.
Thank you so much. This is deep, and this is actually what I was thinking about before I called for us to meet together, so we can all brainstorm on how can we keep ourselves engaged and create a new world for ourselves, even during this crisis. Just like you said, Anna, this is not the time to think about making money from anyone. But the thing is, like Conzilla said, there are people who, because of one thing or the other, they've not been working, and they will need to survive. They will need to eat. They will need to take care of their children. If we have such people in our community, how do we collectively support them as well?
Well, first and foremost, we try to think, what do they need providing for that up till now was being done in exchange of money? If that can be done in exchange of hours from other people, we should start there. And then, in the Netherlands, in the crisis of 2008, there was a time that a thing called the Broodfonds.
The what?
The Broodfonds.
Okay.
Was something created here in the Netherlands to support ZZP'ers. I don't know the translation of this. Help me.
Yeah.
It's like people working for themselves.
Yeah.
But I think it's still there. But
they're still working on it. I think they're
it's still there, but it was made under the assumption that not all ZZP'ers would lose their source of income at the same time. So now I'm not a ZZP'er. I was for a while. And I've looked into it. And I think that we can think bigger. We can think bigger. We can think, we need more people in this conversation, people at different levels as well. But how can we build this kind of, it's a cooperative, actually. It's a cooperative of women everywhere. And somebody will bring someone, and we fall for each other in times of need. This needs a lot of thinking. This needs a lot of structuring. This is not only just chatting, but why not?
Yeah. Thank you so much. Thanks so much for this contribution. Who has something to say to add to what Anna is saying? I hear Anna very clearly, but it's good to hear from everyone. What are we thinking about?
Yeah, I think it's a fantastic idea, Anna, and there are groups already that exist that share services with each other. There are platforms for that, and they're not specifically for women, but it's something yeah, something similar, or at least it has something to do with what you're talking about. And I think it's great. So I'm just still, you know, I'm not there yet though. I'm just kind of more thinking about, you know, the day to day, getting through each day, and, you know, wondering where I'm going to go in the next day or two, or what I'm going to do in the next day or two. So I'm not quite thinking that far ahead, although I think it's good to. I think it's great to, in fact. So getting involved in this conversation, you know, broadens my horizons, so I can think a little bit more clearly on the future. But I definitely think there are going to be changes, and you know, we're already, you know, doing much more online. I don't see that changing a whole lot, although I know people like to get together and see each other face to face. My friend in Italy was saying that when they, you know, the Italians are used to having face-to-face meetings. They don't go, you know, if somebody wants to meet you, you don't go online to meet. You organize a meeting, a face-to-face meeting. And she said within about 2 or 3 days of the lockdown in place, she said the Italians suddenly are digital. You know,
Yeah,
they became digital.
They are forced to become digital, yes.
Yeah. They never did that before.
Yeah.
She still complains about how difficult it is, but still I think she's managing quite well. And I think in Italy, they're even more constrained, you know, to stay at home than we are. At least we go out, and I have a walk, and, you know, go to the store a few times a week and so on. But I think there they more or less stay at home. So anyway,
okay.
I think.
Thank you, Charlene.
Yeah.
Thanks for the contribution. Writing it down. And who else has something to add? Tamkara, Joanna, Anzila?
I think I'm at this moment together with Charlene. I like the idea of cooperation, what Anna was saying, but at this very moment, yes, as I'm just now coming into senses from being completely, you know, in panic attack and then stress zone and mood, just coming into normal and trying to live. But we had a similar discussion with another group, and we were talking like, we are creatures of forgetting. So what we are now planning and thinking ahead what it can be, and can see the positives of cooperation now, and what's happening with the nature, for instance, which is beautiful. How long are we gonna take it after the crisis stops? Do we gonna remember that and follow the new steps? Or are we going fall back into what we've used to before that? That's the question.
Yeah, but from what Anna said, you know, this is how movements start. They start like this. They start very informally. People coming together with the same purpose, and they just start informally doing things. But with time, like she said, you have to put structure in whatever you're doing if you want it to be sustainable. There has to be a structure. When there is a structure and there are people who are committed to the cause or to the dream, then it becomes sustainable. Sometimes when things get better, not everybody will still remain in that community. But then if there are people who are committed to driving a cause, they just keep going and more people keep joining them. And that's how movements start. And that's how they are sustained as well.
And the strongest movements are born in silence. They grow like children, you know, the first few months.
Yeah.
They're not silent.
They don't make noise.
They don't explain too much. That's what happens.
You know, before we started this meeting, 3 minutes to the meeting, Kunle came downstairs. I said, Kunle, I'm going to have a meeting and I don't want you here. She said, I said, I'm going to buy you chocolate, something.
Oh, you keep bribing.
Yes.
Bribe.
Wait, he was so happy. He left. Then 2 minutes later, but I'm hungry. I'm hungry. So even the bribe doesn't work.
Yeah.
Well, I told mine, if you don't go outside, I won't let you eat the chocolate.
Yeah, it works. Mom's so
I've seen
better.
them.
Yeah, so that's on a lighter side. Anzila, you were going to
It doesn't always work. It doesn't always work.
Yeah.
But it's, you know, I don't know. I have two girls. I don't know how old are your children. My oldest is 9 and my youngest is 7. And they are experimenting all this. You know, I don't have a single doubt they hear what I say.
Of course.
Oh, yes.
They hear and understand way more than you think.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
I can see it from my child. Yeah.
So what if they sit and they hear me talk about wine or new futures and how women
Yeah, but
can.
it's nice.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
They are the future leaders of the world.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
Do your daughters?
I haven't given up yet.
I was going to ask you a question, Anna. Your daughter is 9. Does she have like a phone and social media, Instagram, and all that?
No.
No. Okay, not yet. Okay.
No.
Because when they have that as well, then they have access to their own information, and
Yeah.
sometimes you find that they're the ones, you know, updating you on certain events that are happening. So
And
my daughter.
I think that's fine, but my daughter's her friends, they started having TikToks and Instagrams.
Yeah.
I thought the kind of information that was going on between them was just brain trash.
Yeah.
And
9 is too young.
okay, well, you know,
Yeah,
when
too
you
early,
turn 10, we will evaluate. And
Yeah.
that depends on your
Maturity level. Yeah.
growth as a person.
Yeah.
Mm.
It's not a punishment. It's not anything.
No.
It's just
It's being wise.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. My daughter is 14. She's going to be 15 in December. And I didn't allow her to get Instagram, I think, till last year. And she was 13 then. And all her friends had it since they were like 11 or thereabout. But I said to her,
Wow.
you know, I don't think you need it now. When you're ready, you know, then we'll give it to you. And she had to, on her own, write a contract. Okay, this is how I'm going to use it. I'm not going to abuse it. You know, if I do this, then you can seize my rights. But I promise you, this is what I will do. You know, I will use it during the weekend. I'll be responsible. And she had to sign it, you know, and I had to sign it. And I think so far, so good. Yeah.
Cool. That's a good tip. Thanks.
Yeah.
Your son is still very young, Joanna.
Yeah.
But then there'll be so many more social media platforms.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's good to learn and hear
Yeah,
some
yeah.
ideas
Yeah.
for how to deal about it.
You know, one thing I was thinking about is everybody is talking about, you know, online business. Let me teach you how to do online business. Already before now, the social media was crowded.
Saturate. Oh my
The
gosh.
noisy place. And the question is, if everybody has to go online,
Yeah.
how are you going to break through the noise? So, which is why I created this program we're running from next week. It's not about learning how to be on social media, but how do you stand out? And what I see in the future, which brings me back to what Anna has said, is in the end, it will be about communities. The markets will be within your community. It will not be like coming to this very big platform like Facebook, Instagram, or LinkedIn. It was going to be about the community where you belong. And that's where you're going to make your connections, your network, and your money. Who is that? Oh, sorry. Can you guys continue? Let me pick up something. Yeah.
So what is your community, Joanna?
Where is my community?
Yeah, what is your community? You know?
Well, on LinkedIn and on Facebook and on WhatsApp. That's friends of the friends from all over the world, which I have met during my volunteering jobs or during my works.
Okay.
So, and like you now as well. So yeah, keeping in touch with and building certain groups and meetings. And what are yours?
Well, no, I was going to ask you just a sec. I'm wondering if that's also the source of your business. Is that
Well, the majority of my clients are coming via.
okay?
That's the point. That it's not that I'm applying for certain jobs. It's that they are actually coming because someone suggested me or someone seen it me in the group or something like that. So that's the main thing.
That
And
won't
that's been
change.
always. That's been always from the beginning. Even about the regular job, that you always got the job because you knew someone.
Yeah.
It's the same. It's now with the project. So that's probably how it will stay.
That's how it's going to stay.
Yeah.
That's how it's going to stay for a very long time.
Precisely.
So building communities is where it's kind of a business strategy, which even big brands are already considering. You know, without that community, the noise is going to be so much on the internet that you will never know how to break through.
Oh, it is now already. I'm loving social media, and for last week, forget about the coronavirus. It was so much, so many information. I offer this, I offer that, it's like, and that's why responding to Tamkara, if I'm saying it correctly, for now it's offering another online course. I think that's a little bit too much.
It's a lot,
yeah, I think it's just focusing on one, that I'm selling my virtual assisting service, because if suddenly I will start doing a lot and people are also overwhelmed, like this is for free, this is for discount, this is then we're getting all confused and overwhelmed with, and then we all stop using the social media, and then will be the end of us being on social media and on online. So we cannot do that. Yeah, use it wisely. That's I think that at this moment, for our own business and for our own
entertainment.
Precisely.
Yeah. So Ancila, you had something to say, right?
Gosh, that was so long ago, I can't remember.
Keep it for the next meeting.
So from what I hear everybody saying is the fact that we are all on this together. You know, everybody has some concerns and some fears. And the question is what actions can we start taking to direct our energy towards something that brings meaning to our lives, something that makes us fulfilled, that we are ready to die for. We are not even thinking about all the events that is unfolding every day. For me, I had to encourage myself last week when I kept thinking about what happens in 3 months, what happens in 4 months, what about December? I realized that what am I even learning for? What am I doing? Even if you do anything, are you ever going to use it? Are we ever going to come out of this thing alive? And so that was my fear. So what did I do? I decided to invest my energy in making a difference. And this is why I, first of all say, okay, let's have this chat. And also let me offer some things as a program, which I already did, which I already normally do. So it's not like I'm trying to do something I don't always do. And so for you, what can each person also start thinking about doing, like where you invest your energy so that you can stay sane? And when you come here every week, we can hold you accountable. We can share and learn from your experience, how it's going with you. So for me, I think that's where we should start from for now. What can each person start doing on their own to kind of invest your energy into that thing, even if it means just sleeping? Yeah, what is that?
I have a deadline. I have to finish my online remote course, which, yes, I have been avoiding, but the deadline is coming. So So that's actually good to focus and put the energy into that one.
Okay.
So yeah, instead of looking for clients, or I will start doing this.
Okay. When are you going to start?
Tonight after putting Leon to sleep.
Okay. When is the deadline?
Well, I have a subscription till the beginning of May, and I don't want to pay again, so I have 1 month to go.
Okay, that's good. Yeah, and Charlene, what are you
Yeah,
gonna?
I have to kind of get more into a routine, I think, and I really, you know, I'm missing my fitness. I'm missing the, you know, getting outdoors, and I can manage to do a little more than I am. So my goal is to, as soon as we finish this call, I'm going to go for a walk.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah,
want to do it every day, if possible.
that's good.
If they're not gonna close us down, yeah.
I know, that's why we thought I better go today.
The sun
For
is
sure.
shining beautifully, so yeah.
Exactly.
Okay, Anna.
Me.
Yeah.
Well, I actually started a new Instagram account, which is called wine_united.
Okay.
Please go and follow. Because I am just gonna start sharing wines and trying to gather some very interesting but very well informed people under there on some informal end of the day IG talks with a glass of wine.
Can you add the link to the chat so we can all just click on it?
I just started it. There's nothing there. I actually literally just made it.
Okay. Way to go.
Can I give you a tip, Anna?
Yes,
Can I say something?
please.
So I think about 2 weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago, I don't remember, before all this madness started, I created an Instagram account for my company. Because I was sitting with a group of people and they're like, oh, yes, you need Instagram. I was like, yeah, actually, well, what would I put on it? Anyway, so I got very efficient and I started posting about 6 or 9 pictures of my previous year of workshops that I'd given. And then all of a sudden, I couldn't post anymore.
Why?
So a bit of tip for you. So I thought, oh, I was so disappointed. I thought, why won't it let me post? I have all this year to catch up on. And then I Googled it. And apparently, if you're a new user, Instagram thinks you're a bot. So if you post too much too quickly, it actually blocks you.
Oh, really?
No,
Oh,
really?
I was planning on posting a lot, actually. I was planning
Well,
on
no, but I was unblocked after a while. It was fine. It took me 2 days. But I was just saying, in case you think, oh, I have all these things that I can put on, I'd put about 6 photos on or 8. And then it blocked me and I couldn't put anything on anymore. Then I had to follow a few people. I had to engage on other people's posts. That's what I found online on Google. And then in 2 days, I was unblocked again and I could post. So if you're a new account person, that's useful to know.
Well, we were talking what can we do for each other. So what I want to do with this account is I will bring my wine community to this.
Mm-hmm.
And I will bring us to share bottles that we might be able to purchase in the Netherlands from some wine shops or not. It doesn't matter.
Right.
It's not the point. If you want to drink the cheapest wine you can find on Albertine, I don't care. The process is because wine has always been a social fluid.
Mm-hmm.
Stress the rules science. So my idea was to bring these people that are very well informed. So I do, let's forget about all the news on social media. Let's bring, I was thinking about Anzella, how she navigated anxiety. I was thinking about, my husband, who's a doctor, and, he's very into, what's actually happening. Or a fiscalist who's getting all these new things for all the businesses, or someone who's dealing with it in America or in South Africa. And I do have this big community. I think probably everyone here has in some way or another. So I thought about using this to create a virtual living room, or there's a word in Portuguese, in Latin, there's tertulia, which is where they used to gather artists and where they used to discuss future worlds. So I thought, I want to doing this online and with a glass of wine. And then you can ask every single thing you want about the wine. I will tell, that could be, some kind of like free wine course. I don't care. This is for free. Whatever you want to ask, whatever you want to learn for wine, just ping me, I'll do it. But this was my idea. This was item number 12 for my to-do list.
Okay.
And but if anybody in this community has some kind of design or a bit more digital skills that can help me, I just made a logo on Canva. It's not the most beautiful one, but I guess I could, if someone can spare 10 minutes to help me improve it, I would love it.
Yeah. And just a tip, if you don't get someone to edit the logo for you, you can check on Upwork. I know that
I've used Upwork, but it takes too much time to choose someone with actual okay-ish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I use there's a lady.
Fiverr. I think you use Fiverr there.
why don't you go and check it? Let me know what you think of what I did.
Yeah. So
Oh, you already uploaded your logo there.
if you're using it on social media, you can do it on Canva, to be honest. Doesn't have to be too.
I did it on Canva in
Progress
2
over
seconds.
perfection. Yeah. If you have something and you've made progress on it, it doesn't have to be perfect. You can always tweak it. You can change
Precisely.
it.
I'm not worried with that. I'm worried about content.
Yeah.
So I don't want this to be a wine account. I don't want to be tell you everything about wine or where to buy my land. I don't sell bottles, or where to buy the other one. This is not about it. This is about putting the knowledge that I have from working with wine communities that are very much about people, and using this to bring back people together, because now more than ever we need to be together. This conversation that we had today, it needs to be expanded so that we can build the future we all want.
So it's like the stories or chats with the wine.
Yes, but then
So
instead of
just
chatting with the wine and asking about, oh, well, this one smells like roses. Who the hell cares? You would just be sipping it, and there would be someone answering your questions on dealing with anxious times. I'm looking at Antonella, or someone saying, oh my God, I have a cough. What do I do? Am I going to die at home? Or someone thinking, just bringing these professionals, all of them that have been working very hard and dealing with everything, kids, house, marriages, everything.
What is it called? What do you call the?
Wine United.
Wine_United.
What?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's it.
Have you considered, because really, from what you're describing, you already have a right name for what you want to do, because it's always in the name, really. If you say Wine United, to me, you're bringing all the wine drinkers and wine lovers together, right? Or wine producers, which is good as a name, right? However, what you want to achieve with your chat needs to be very concrete about, you have to find a name that once I hear it, I understand what the purpose of this meeting is, because you have only one chance to convince me. If the name does not convince me to show up, there is no way that you and I will have this conversation, so you can explain it to me.
I'm up for new suggestions for names.
Well, just do them, wine mapping, mind mapping with all your ideas, what you want, and keep it till Monday, or send it to us before, and we can all discuss it on Monday. You will already sleep over it. So don't start it now, but just sleep over it and come up with as many ideas you can.
Yeah.
What you can do, what you exactly want, or no, this is not good, this is good, and then present it to us, that we can be the first, to
give you feedback.
is it talking to me? Is it really appealing to me, you know, because we are from different angles.
What if I put it this the other way around? So let's say I understand the power of a name, but I would very much like to put my effort now into gathering these people that I talked about, and gathering the wine producers that would also be shipping wine and literally fueling these conversations. Can I ask you, 3, 4, 5, 5, to, okay, if you don't like this name, tell me why, and then I will try to counteract it. Because
Okay.
I can start going all kinds of like directions and then all sorts of names, but from my experience in coming with names for companies, and Grapekeeper is my third.
Amra, but your name is good. I'm talking
Yeah.
about the program you want to offer. You understand?
I
You don't
agree.
have to change the name. But what I'm saying is,
Maybe change, put a nice bio, something like that.
no, so let's say I have Ataru, it's a company, right? And inside Ataru, I talk about vibrant West African cuisine. So which is where I do cooking workshops and I share about the culture of West Africa and all of that. So Ataro hasn't changed, but Ataro doesn't mean a lot to different people. Or when I say vibrant cuisine of West Africa, people already know what I'm talking about, and it attracts them. Like, okay, vibrant, oh, West Africa. So that's what I'm talking about. It works. It's about attraction first. So your Wine United is good, it's beautiful, don't change it. Great Keepers is good, but the community you want to create, it's good that you either have a tagline to say what it is, because right now, as we are together, you're explaining to us who it is for, what it is for, and it's all because we are together. But what is it that, how will you explain it? Maybe with a tagline that once I see it, you don't need to explain what it is, and I know what it is. And then when I join you, I know why I'm joining, so that I don't leave.
That's, I agree completely with Barbara. The name is okay. That's why I was telling about the mind mapping ideas for now, to how you want to present it, what it is.
A tagline, okay.
Yeah. Okay, so let's get to the next person. Tankara. Oh, sorry, you're muted. Tankara, mute yourself.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
So what I want to do, over the past few years, I've accumulated a lot of courses, so which I never really took time to go through. So I really want to invest some time in going through them one by one. Maybe each month I focus on this particular course and see what I can learn from it as well. And then I want to create a new funnel for my current course to maybe make it more attractive to people, more explanatory, so when people see it, they know what it's about. And then finally, I also created a new Instagram channel or new Instagram page, because with the current situation of shops being closed, people being more at home, there are a lot of products that I use, healthy products that I use, that I'm thinking of creating a platform or a shop where I can kind of veer into drop shipping. So the things that I like and I use and I approve of and I recommend, you know, I want to put them out there for people to be able to look at them, learn about them, and order and get them delivered into their homes.
Yeah.
So it's just something I'm thinking about, and I'm going to do the research, because I also bought a course a while ago on, you know, what is drop shipping and what is it about. So I want to, you know, see if I can also look at it, explore it, and see if it's something that I might do, you know, in the near future. So 3 things: just go back to all my courses, pick one. I already picked one that I want to review, work on my funnel, and really explore opportunities to create an online shop where I can sell things that I use. And they are mostly health products, beauty products, oils, butters, you know, body butters and things like that. So it's a lot, but this is what I really want to focus on for the rest of this month. And we still have a little over a week left. We have a week left, and I want to just really do these things, those 3 items.
Put it there, your IG. Put it there on the chat.
IG, okay, let me put
Yeah.
it. There's nothing there yet because I just created it, and I don't even know if I'm going to. I think, was it this? I need to get my phone. My phone is upstairs, but I think this is it. So let me check and see if I can find it.
So check it and come back. While
Otherwise, I will.
Yeah, share with us. We are Anna and Tamkara. We actually have a WhatsApp.
Yeah,
group.
it's correct. It's correct. Yeah.
Okay, so we can also add you to our WhatsApp group so we can continue chatting if that's
Yeah.
okay.
Am I in a WhatsApp group?
No, you're not. I can add you and Tamkara. The rest we are there. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So send it to us. So once you're ready, you let us know.
Yeah.
And
It's still a thought or a wisp of an idea, but it's something I want to pursue because it's something that a lot of people say to me a lot of times, we really, your skin is really fresh, you look really young, and I use a lot of oils and butters, most of them from Africa, African inspired butters and oil. And I would really like to share this and see if there's an interest. And if people would like to use these products and get them delivered in their homes.
yeah,
I can see your kids.
my advice would be to focus on one line. So if it's going to be oils and butter, like you said, just take on that. Don't add any other thing. Don't add every health product you've ever.
No, it's mostly it's just oils. I'm really big on oils, healthy oils, butters and all. And that's what I want to focus on.
It will do very well. It will do very well in terms of, you can do drop shipping. You can also just do your own shipping, just so because you make more money when you do your own shipping.
Yeah. And it has to be it's something I love already, so it's something I'll be comfortable speaking about as well. I always like to do things that I'm passionate about and things that I will not get tired of talking about. So like I said, it's still in the exploratory stage, but I just put the Instagram account there because I had an idea of the name.
Okay, that's good. Thanks for sharing. And Anzila?
Yes. What am I going to do in the next week? God.
No. Apart from next week, this whole season, this period.
Next week and beyond.
Yeah. What steps do you want to take, to channel your energy on something that can help you forget what is going on right now? Or what do you need help with? Something like that.
Well, I want to create more, I use Canva as well, but I'm not always the best at it. But I want to create some brochures for the programs that I offer. Because I think when we're out of this, then it's easier when I'm approaching people, because I think it will take a while before companies are hiring help in. But at least if I have my stuff ready, then I think, okay, it's easier to do that when you go to sell. So I want to focus a little bit on that to create that kind of like the creative stuff. So that's fun as well to do. And on the second side, I am really wanting to push through on getting the stuff verified so I can work one-on-one with people. But I can't drive the timeline of that. Like I've started what I could, and then I just have to wait for everything to happen. But I'm sort of on my side doing that process, because I think that is also a good way for me for the future.
Yeah, but my question is, since you've applied for it and it's going to come, what stops you from doing one-on-one right now?
Oh, I can do it already.
Yeah.
I don't know where to find the people.
You haven't told anybody?
Well, no, very few people. I was thinking of Facebook ads. I have a friend that knows a bit more about it. I've never done it myself. I think Abeda, you have talked to me once, and I have somebody else who's a therapist who uses Facebook ads a lot.
Yeah.
So I'll talk to him. I spoke with a guy last week who drove me absolutely mental, who advises people on how to use Facebook, but I was so crazy with that conversation I didn't continue anymore. He wanted like a €2,000 investment on helping me to use him. And I was like, just shoot me now at the end of the conversation because he was so pushy. And I said, look, I don't even know if my...
What does he want to do for you?
He was going to, there was an eight-week plan to help you to use Facebook. And I thought that was a bit too much money to just use Facebook. Anyway, it was a very annoying conversation, but I keep thinking, okay, maybe that's a good place to start. Like, I need to know where to find clients. Basically, I can work one-on-one already. I don't know. Like, I have some clients through companies, but that's for coaching. So that I have already, but I want to build on that, but I don't know where to start, to be honest. I need to know where to start.
Sometimes, like Anna was saying, that sometimes, especially at this time, this is not the time to pay anybody money.
No, exactly.
I am just in support of people hoarding their money right now because you don't know when this is going to be over.
Exactly. So I was not willing to make that investment at all.
You just have to ask for help. I know how to use Facebook ads.
Zella, I have used Facebook for my...
You have to ask, you know.
And does it work? Do you, like, if you place ads, does it, you get clients?
It depends on your target. So we can have a chat outside of here later. I can put you my phone here, or I bet I can share the phone. We can have a phone call. I can share with you everything I've learned in the last 2 years.
We do a Zoom call and then you share.
Yeah, another thing is it could be also...
Yeah, I would like to learn that too. So maybe next meeting you can share it.
Okay, maybe next meeting we'll share it, because the Rise and Lead Summit, the first year, we always do Facebook ads. And I create all the ads. The only thing is, it's not about the ad. It's about the copywriting.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
It's about the copywriting, not the ad. Ad is so simple. Any person can enter Facebook, click on ad. Facebook will start guiding you till the end. Very simple. But the thing is about the copy. I remember during Rise and Lead Summit, I hired somebody, I paid her so much money to do Facebook ads.
Mm-hmm.
When I saw it, I said, this is rubbish. This is not going to convert anyone.
But that was my question to him as well. How do I convert? Like, will you help me with that? What is the return on investment? Will people click? Will they buy?
It's a copy. It's a copy. And we can discuss that next Monday. And also the training that we're doing, that's the kind of things I'll be discussing about.
I need help with copywriting. I'm absolute shit.
I can try.
Okay, I'm gonna write it down that we need. It's just for you to know the framework. All you need is the framework.
So that would be something that I would treasure for anything that is the copyright. So I'm very good at contacting people all over and bringing, black swan ideas. But then I go into this Word documents or things, and the copyright goes like...
It's about the copywriting. Copywriting is everything.
Okay, well, that's what I need then. I need
everything in online business.
Yeah.
Everything. It's nothing else you need to know.
No.
Because the content and the copywriting, because every online channel guides you on how to use their stuff.
Yeah.
So every online channel, Facebook, once you click on that advert now, it will start telling you what to do. Very simple, very straightforward.
Mm-hmm.
Canva, you don't have to be an artist. Canva is also very simple. What you can do with Canva is whenever you see a graphic that you like, take a look at it and go to your Canva and select something that looks similar and then start editing what is already there, so you don't...
I've made stuff on it, but sometimes I just think, like, I don't know, it's nice to have ideas, or it's nice to have somebody to work with, because when I'm sitting on my own, I just think, like, I made a really nice one a while back for an unconscious bias training that I ran.
It looks good. Very good. It looks good.
Yeah, so this is what I made online.
No, it's very good. So,
ladies, I need to leave. I'm so sorry.
Okay.
I have another meeting starting, and I need to feed my children so that they don't interrupt that one.
Bye.
And
see you next week.
Okay. And before you leave, what I would do is I'm going to kind of share some of the things we've discussed and, share with all of us. And we meet again next week at the same time.
Yeah.
And if we are going to build a community, you can also invite 1 or 2 people that you think that will add some value to this community. And so that's what we will need from you. So,
It's going to be the same link or different?
so what I'm going to do is let me talk with my people and know which link it is, and I'll share again with all of us, okay? I don't want to make this mistake again because I'm sure we shut some people out today.
Okay.
Fix it next week. But we
I
still
will be also leaving because I have to
Yeah.
But
feed
can
the
we hear
family.
from Charlene 1 minute before we all
Sure.
go?
Yeah. Okay.
Yes. Charlene, go ahead.
What did you want to hear from me? I'm sorry.
What are your plans? Is that
Well,
something we can
I
help you with?
mentioned that I have to go. I have to start my walking.
Okay.
I'm getting into a routine, and I'm very busy with my work, so I've loads to do. It's more getting me away from the desk, and getting outside a little bit. So, but I am very busy, and yeah, I probably have too much going on. In fact,
It's okay. So in that case, I'd like to say thank you, everyone. And
Thank
it's
you.
been my pleasure to
Thank you.
kind of create this space. And one thing we should all learn to do is to ask. Ask for help. Ask for what we want. When we don't ask, we don't receive. Most times we feel, oh, can the person see I need it? The person has other things on their heads. They don't see it. So always learn to ask. Even if it's what this thing teaches us now is to kind of learn to ask for help. It's a very good skill to learn to ask for help, to be honest. So we're going to be here trying to help each other. There's no plan to create a business from this platform at all. It's just about giving back and trying to help each other in any way we can. And if you come next week, let's try and talk about our experience today and see how many people we can invite next week to join us. And from there, we can actually grow this conversation and take it to a bigger platform and have more people, more perspectives, and learn from each other. So I want to say thank you for showing up today. And please try and make a difference in other people's lives any way, any little way you can.
Well, if anybody there thinks I can be of any help, you can all contact me.
Thank you. Same here.
Same here.
Same here. If I can do anything,
And if you need,
let me know.
if you know anyone who needs VA, send it my way.
Okay.
I always do. Okay.
Bye-bye.
Take care.
Bye.
Lovely meeting
Thanks
you.
so much. Bye-bye.
Thanks for your time. Bye.
Okay, bye.